Hey everyone, this is Doug Jankowski with the Grizzled Geek, and as promised, today I'm going to bring you a Sentinels of the Multiverse game focusing on the new variant for the Xtreme Prime Wardens. I've gone ahead and I've unlocked all of them. We've got Xtreme Prime Wardens Haka, who replaced his regular power of being able to do somebody 2 points of damage to being able to select one of your other hero characters and redirect damage from that character to Haka. Whenever he's dealt damage this way, he regains 1 hit point. So this makes him more of a protector. Kind of goes along with some of his powers, like to be able to absorb damage, heal himself, some other things like that. Next one is Xtreme Prime Warden's Fanatic. Uh, her power is a little weird. It deals target 1 radiant damage, and until the end of your next turn, you redirect all damage dealt by Fanatic to that target. I guess this is a good way to, if you're going to have, she's got a few powers that will damage everybody, or damage, I should say, all bad guys. So this would redirect all of that towards one specific target. The thing you have to be careful with is, or be aware of, is if you only want to focus on that one target for a turn, you're going to have to skip using this power the next turn, or it's going to automatically go back to that same target and keep your damage going to that same person. So that's something you got to be careful with for Fnatic there. Tempest, his is probably the coolest of the new Xtreme Prime Wardens. His ability is deal 1 target 1 lightning damage, and if that is a non-character target, they lose their end of turn effect. So if they have at the end of the turn, deal the hero with the highest hit points 2 points of damage or something like that, that ability is gone. So that's a very cool ability. Also pretty cool is Xtreme Prime Warden's Captain Cosmic, who can deal 1 target 1 point of energy damage, and then each construct deals that target 1 energy damage. So he can build up to do quite a bit of damage. This would obviously be better, and a lot of these guys' abilities are better if there were something enhancing that ability, bumping the amount of damage, which Xtreme Prime Warden's Argent Adept could do. He does have some cards in there that would do that. His new power is to deal a target other than himself 2 sonic damage. This allows him to be a direct damage dealer, but it also, if he targets a hero with that, he allows them to play a card and use a power. So he can, by damaging somebody a little bit, he could make another character significantly more powerful. Alright, so let's go ahead. I have done some play testing with this group. They're not a particularly great group together. They have some trouble with some stuff, with dealing with various things. They all have, well, you've got several guys who can deal with ongoing, enemy ongoings. You've got some guys who can deal with environment targets. The problem is that they've really only got 2 direct damage dealers. Well, Fnatic can deal direct damage. These first 3 can deal direct damage. These 2 to a lesser extent, but there's a lot of stuff that they do collectively that only does a couple of points, 1 or 2 points of damage, and can be easily outdone by any kind of damage reduction. The other problem is everybody except for Captain Cosmic, to a degree, are dependent upon ongoings or equipment. So if they're against a villain who will destroy a lot of those things, they can run into a lot of trouble. I find that they're better 1-on-1 or 1-on-5, the 5 of them against 1 villain target rather than against the team villain targets, but I'm going to do both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the game. We're going to randomize who we're going to fight here. I'm going to play, get into the first round, show you some of the tactics that I do with this team. Then I'll finish up the game and record, every once in a while, show you how things are going, how things have been, when I've set things up, how it works, how some of their synergy works. Then I'll go ahead and switch to a villain team and show you how they work against that and see how that goes. Like I said, my experience with the fighting teams is, well, I've fought 3 different games, I think, against 3 different lineups, and did not win a single one. I did not do well. So let's go ahead and get into this and see how we go. See how things go. All right, we're gonna do Akash Buta, I think, on Mars Wagner base. Interesting thing is she is Argent Adept's nemesis, so this should be interesting. Let's go ahead and get the game going, and then play her through the round and see where we're at. Oh, she's gonna start by throwing out a bunch of limbs right away. Alright, now you see we've got some damage reduction we're running into, so that's going to, well, that was interesting. In her top 5 cards, she only had 1 limb. So, alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and get out his ability to do some damage, because, we need to get that started. I'm not worried about him taking damage right now. I'm more worried about not letting her build up too much. Alright. Alright, this is the one you've got to discard cards. I'm not ready to do that yet, so let's go ahead and... She hasn't been hurt, so the healing's not going to help. And the drawing cards didn't either, so alright. Okay, get her damage up. Let's see what we can do with... Oh, she's getting some bad draws. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start with Grievous Hailstorm. I don't need the healing now, so we can wait on that. Oh, that's a nice one. Alright. We're going to go with, we're going to give Fanatic a Cosmic Weapon, and since right now all she's got is one that is a redirect. Alright, boom, there we go. And let's see what he can do. Well, starting off with Arcane Cadence, love that. Alright, Alright, I'm going to want that one in play, I believe. Actually, no. Let's do this. Let's put that one in my hand. We're going to put that one on the top of the deck. Put that one on the bottom. I hate that card there. It's almost never worth it. So let's search the deck and get his harp. So next round I'll be able to play the harmony, get this thing out here. This will allow me to use both of these powers. I'll use this power to activate my other power to give another hero the chance to play a card and use one of their powers, and I'll regain 2 hit points if I've taken any by then. So it's a nice little bump. Let's go ahead. I'm not ready to start dealing heroes damage yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that she's my nemesis. Oh, actually no, I can do 11 points of damage to her instead of just 2. So there we go. There's how Akash Buddha now will take, the amount her limb had as you kill that off. Alright, so there's round 1's done. So far I haven't got to do any synergy stuff, so I'll work on that next time. And then I'll come back and, oh gosh, that was horrible. I guess that got played at the, because a villain, one of her abilities is when a environment target comes out, she plays a card. So now this was there before I got to do anything about it. So we're all going to take a bunch of damage. Even more because of the villainous weaponry. Ow. Kills off the cosmic weapon, and it's because she's dealing it, he's going to take even more. Yeah, oh, what was I thinking? That was my bad. I should have taken out that first. But all right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play a few more rounds. I'll come back and we'll see how the team's doing. All right, I do want to go ahead and show you guys a combo I came on. We're still only on round 2, but I came up with a cool combo here. Some other people may have done this before, but all right, we're going to go ahead. We've got Inspiring Super Tonic out, so let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to have him use his power. So Argent Adept is going to use his power to attempt to do damage to Tempest. But Tempest has been protected by Haka. So what's going to happen is this is going to be redirected to Haka. Haka's got his armor, so he's going to take 1 point of damage. He took the point of damage, so he's going to get to use to play a card. I'm going to go ahead and play Ground Pound here. But he also got to heal a point there. So rather than just directly damaging Haka and him taking 2 points of damage and then being able to do all this, I was able to have him protect somebody else, that damage redirected to him, so he got to heal 1 of the 2 points. In this case, he was protected from 1 of the 2 points and then got to heal the other point. So he basically is just getting a free action here. And going to get to do a little bit of damage here. So there you go. Cool little combo there. And he's taking a bunch of damage, so he's going to get to heal a couple. There we go. Alright. I'll be back a little later in the game. Alright guys, we're back a few more rounds in. I think at this point I've unfortunately wasn't keeping track. I'm on about round 7 or 8 at this point. Finally found a really good use for Fanatic's new ability, her Xtreme Prime Wardens Fanatic's ability to, once she damaged somebody, to redirect all that damage to that target that she damaged. One of those is her Divine Focus, which normally targets the villain with the highest hit points. I instead damaged this limb with her power, with a new power that's do them a point of radiant damage, then redirect all her damage. So now at the beginning of each turn, I can discard a card, and that 2 damage will be redirected to Brambles. So I should be able to destroy those pretty quickly. At this point, this doesn't matter. Just do a point because there's no... At the end of the turn, it's not going to be long enough to do that, but it would have stopped them from making something not be able to deal damage. So once again, she's going to do another 2 points of damage here. Boom. Going to finish this off pretty quick. Alright, let's give... Tempest seems to take more damage than anybody else. We're going to give him some bracers. And here we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off so that we'll now deal damage to Kashbuta at the beginning of each round. So he's going to take... She takes 9 points of damage. And at the beginning of this turn, go ahead and discard another card. Deal her another 2. Alright, unfortunately last turn I had a really great setup going. Unfortunately, Pervasive Red Dust came along and killed 3 of my instruments, so I'm not going to have as good a chain going. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this one shot here. Play a card. I'm going to use this to regain a couple hit points. And then play a card, and that will be one of these to go ahead and get one of my instruments back out from the trash. I'm going to get the one that allows me to destroy cards. Drew another one. So let's see. When this card is destroyed, each player may put a card. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to destroy pervasive red dust. Everybody gets to put something back in play, equipment-wise. And we'll go ahead and put the harp back out. And then have everybody but Fanatic regain some health. I want Fanatic to go ahead and continue taking damage for a little while, because she's... I have not drawn her super damage dealing card yet. Hoping that comes up sometime soon. Alright, not worried about that. Everybody becomes immune. Well, hopefully she'll draw out a bunch of limbs that I can get rid of that. So we're going to go ahead and skip. Nope, only one. Skip that again. But okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and go on a little while longer, and then I'll come back as I get ready to wrap things up. You can see we've got her way down. She's at 58, so it's not going to be too much longer. Alright, gang, we're in the final stages here, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off the game. Finish off recording the rest of the game. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and hit Haka with the Rebel Yell, so he can play Rampage. He's actually going to do a little more damage to us than he does to them, but she's getting so low that this is going to really push her very close to the edge. Let him... and then between the rest of these guys, she's going to get to take... the environment's going to get to take a turn. Kashbuda will get to take a turn, and then we'll beat to the end here. So let's go ahead and play that out, see how it goes. Not going to do anything else. Alright, what do we get? Environment, increase villain damage. But you can see all but two of my guys are over 20 health. He only got that one. Alright, so this should be... oh, that was from the environment playing a target. That's right. Okay. Luckily I've got some these guys that are gonna absorb that for me. Didn't do any damage. None of those really do me any good, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Well, let's go ahead and do this. That didn't do me any good. So on the off chance something hits me for 4 points of damage, I'll be fine. Let's go ahead and start taking these guys out. If I eliminate both of those, that'll take her out. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Huh, nice. That would have been cool to have now. Alright, my electrical storm gonna hit. Let's go ahead and finish off the mountain carapace, because we want to get rid of that -1 here. And actually the villainous weaponry is going to cancel that out for us. There we are. Just finish off this last guy. The Brambles actually have the most hit points. Just need to do 2 more points of damage to that, which he will get to do on his turn. So, let's go ahead and do this. I almost never do. But, we'll kill the thing that can't do damage now anyways. And it... oh yeah. Something was destroyed there. So I get to do 3 targets, a point of damage. Then I get to finish this off, and she'll take the damage, and that will finish the game off. So the team worked pretty good together here, and that's what I found the last time I played. This team against a single villain does very well. All right, so there we go, folks. That ended up being a little longer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to separate this video into two different videos. You know, this first video was the Xtreme Prime Wardens taking on a single villain, and the next video will be them taking on a villain team, and see how that goes. So stay tuned next Sunday for that video. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Please let me know if you, down below in the comments, if you have tried the Xtreme Prime Wardens out as a team, how they worked for you. If you've got any tips or tricks you can share with myself and the rest of the viewers. Please hit that like and subscribe, share with your friends. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out our Patreon link down below, as well as some of our other videos and other shows that we put out each week. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.